So I'm filming with natural lights today, so you might notice that it's getting a little bit messy. Sometimes it gets dark, sometimes it gets very bright when the sun comes out. But don't you worry, because I have here sunglasses, a little bit of a vibe, like a summery vibe during winter. With lempies. Today we're talking about everything that I had to give up during pregnancy, either because it's unhealthy for the baby, or it's unhealthy for the mother, or it is not safe for the baby, for me, or some of the things I had to give them up just because I felt into food that I've given up, skincare, activities, then fashion. Then the very last thing that I have here is also some pets that I had to give up. It's not safe to eat was prosciutto. You know prosciutto. If you've been watching a lot of our videos, especially during the festive season, prosciutto is an Italian tradition when it comes to Christmas. It's just always there. Also during the summer, you eat it with melon, or it's always there. So I had to give up prosciutto. Together with that is salami and my favorite, roast beef. Like, you know, all this, either roast beef or a very nice steak. Steak does not make sense when it's, you know, like what is it called, well cooked. It just does not make steak. Like if you're ordering Fiorentina in Tuscany and you say well done, people are probably going to think like, why don't you just order a stew or something? You know, you cannot order Fiorentina and make it well done. It's just ridiculous. And this is mainly because this kind of dishes are not well cooked, and when they are not well cooked, you obviously have salmonella poisoning potential, or also toxoplasmosis. You know, I love desserts, and this channel was initially a cooking channel, so everything that is like you know, like tiramisu. I have here also this, you know, like the melting chocolate cake, the lava chocolate cake that has like a soft center. You open it and then it's like melting. It's so delicious. And what else? Also chocolate mousse. All these things that I like, I also used to make them at home most of the time for like weekend dinners and lunches. When you wanted to have something special, I would prepare like a tiramisu or a lava chocolate cake or a chocolate mousse. But I can no longer eat this because obviously one of the main reasons, raw eggs. Another thing, obviously, alcohol. Yeah. But that is, there's no minimal amount of alcohol that is recommended or should be safe during pregnancy, so it's just best if you get away from that. And I think this will surprise most of the people, because it's always like we are always talking about beer or drinking beer when we are filming our videos, either 0.0 beer or a ginger beer, which is mainly just a soda, like the Jamaican stony stuff. I think there's some brands that I buy here also Australian, so they don't have, even though they are called beer, they do not have any alcohol. It's actually sold as a normal, like a cola or whatever soft drink. Is of course all the milk products that are unpasteurized, like and other strong stuff like blue cheese. What else? I think blue cheese is one of those that I knew that I had to give up. We not usually eat a lot of cheese, uncooked cheese, but blue cheese, gorgonzola, the Italian version, we used to have this from time to time as a pasta sauce, and I had to stop doing that when you're pregnant. Skin care. You know, we loved it, and we have even done some of the vlogs about it. Sauna was like, you know, we live in East Germany and it's a huge tradition here. I think where we are currently living, we have about 4 nice, amazing sauna areas or resorts that are very close to us, and that was a tradition. I had to give that up because you know, you run into danger of overheating. The fetus cannot control or regulate their own temperature, while you can. Maybe you might not pass out, but while you can regulate your normal body temperature, the fetus cannot do that and might also get overheated, and then this could cause some other neuro problems like damage to the neurons and stuff, especially during the early development of the fetus. So I just had to give it up. But this was not a huge thing because after all, we are in the new time of social distancing and also lockdown most of the time during my pregnancy. The resorts are even closed, they're not allowing people, so this was not a huge thing. I think the big thing that the jacuzzi was also not a big thing because I did not spend most of the time in Italy this year. That's where we usually have a jacuzzi at home, and we'll just spend most of the day or evening, you know, like late evening in the jacuzzi chilling. What was a little bit painful to give up is the bathtub, like hot bathtub when I'm not going to the sauna, when I don't have access to a jacuzzi. The bathtub at home, really nice, hot, but I also had to reduce that and just make sure that whenever I'm doing, I did not completely stop using the hot tub at home, but if any time when I decide to use it, now I use it a little bit less than before, and anytime when I had to use it, I would make sure that the water is not too hot, which is activities that I had to give up. Back in the day, if you have been following us, especially the first lockdown, we would always wake up early in the morning, go for a run, and then to start our weekend or to start our day, just to be active and I don't know, to keep fit, all those nice things. But this I had to give up. Nobody really said I shouldn't do it. I was not feeling safe. Like every time I was like trying to go for jogging, I was like, oh, okay, I don't know, maybe this might damage, I don't know, the fetus might be not okay for the placenta to be in place. I stopped doing that. In addition to that was also all the things I was doing in the fitness center, like one of my favorite programs was called Body Pump, which involved a lot of weight lifting and then a lot of core muscles. I felt unsafe during the if I had to do the core muscle exercises, especially around the abdomen area. I thought initially, okay, maybe it will prevent the muscles from accumulating fat, but I was like, what is the point? Because at the end of the day, the belly is still growing. I don't need to do that. I'm not going to be using that for a while until maybe early stages of breastfeeding, and then I'll go back to the gym. So I just stopped, and every time I had to do things like, you know, if I had to do like what are they called, crunches, I felt unsafe. I just stopped doing all that. And fitness, I gave it up completely because I didn't want to put myself at risk of meeting so many people in the fitness area and potentially also getting infected with COVID, and then you're pregnant. So I stopped going to the fitness. Now at the moment they're not open, but before they were open and they would accept a limited number of people and everybody should have a mask, but I wasn't feeling confident with that, so I stopped. Pretty much my entire pregnancy, like from the first day up to today, I never went to work. It was always home office. So I thought it's best if I stopped buying. I did not even up to now bought anything that is like a maternity outfit or anything like that, because I'm not going anywhere apart from short walks outside, or if I had to go to a grocery shop to pick up something. I stick to maybe my sport outfit or a lot of pullovers and pajamas and tracksuits from Alice's closet, and that is actually doing okay. I ordered some stuff about 2 weeks ago, then I thought, okay, that is really dumb because I might not use them, and I don't know when next I'm going to use them. I don't even know when when are we going to go back to normal life where we're allowed to go to work or go anywhere else. So I just said, okay, good, I'm sending them back and wait until things goes back to normal, and then I will start ordering. So for now, I've not bought anything for myself that is maternity related. I think I've only bought a bra because obviously breasts have increased and I needed a bra that would fit my current size. Then other things also in fashion related was the shoes. I usually had tiny like pointy shoes, and with swollen feet and legs I moved towards more comfortable stuff like just boots and sneakers, and I'm fine with that. Like I have not put on heels during this time, and I have not worn any like all this tight like very tight pointy shoes, unnecessary pain to my toes. I didn't do that. That I put it on hold until next time when I'm done and the baby is going to be here. And the very last thing also in this category is I used to wear a lot of shapewear. Pretty much most of my underwears, like always I had a couple of shapers around here, for somewhere in underwear form, somewhere in like a jumpsuit form, like from the thighs up to the neck, and all that I stopped. I mean, of course I had to stop that so I can accommodate my bed. It would not make sense. It was going to be not safe at all for the baby. I had to give that away. Just excuse the noise in the background. Ali is pretty busy preparing a delicious lunch for us. How is it going?
It's going.
But like when we signed the contract to move into this house and we're purchasing our own apartment, super excited, and we thought for the first time we are getting a pet. And that was going to be a cat, because a dog is a little bit too demanding, and we're thinking, okay, with a dog, where are we going to keep it? If we just have to go for a weekend somewhere, or if we have to go for a short holiday to Namibia with a dog, maybe it might be expensive to check it in a hotel than a cat. And if you're doing short trips like weekends, to if you're going somewhere to Bamberg, for example, to visit my best friend, you can always leave a cat for a weekend. It should be okay. And yeah, we were sorted. We thought of a cat, we thought of where to get it, we were ready. And the first day actually we moved in this house is the day I took the pregnancy test, and I took it in this apartment, and that's when I discovered I was pregnant. And that was like, okay, pregnancy and cat, if you do not have it, do not get it, because obviously if we get a cat here, it's going to be me or Ali, or emptying the boxes with the feces and cleaning up the boxes with the trash from the cat. And that is not safe for a pregnant woman, because it could also have coliform. I think again you could potentially be infected with coliform, or come in close contact with things like toxoplasmosis, and this could be very, again, dangerous to the baby or also to the mother. Might cause, I think, diarrhea and some other symptoms that are not safe during pregnancy. I don't know if this also affects people that I think of course, I think you could also, you can get a salmonella or another coliform infection when you're not pregnant. But since you're not risking the fetus, it's entirely up to you. You drink some water, you take some pills, and you should be fine. But when you have a very delicate baby growing inside you, you do not want to put yourself in a situation where you necessarily need to take some medications that you could prevent taking by just getting away from this stuff. So we had to say no to the cat. I want to hear from you. What have you given up? Was there anything strange, or are the things that I've spoken about familiar to what you had to give up, or there was a little bit extra? I think something that I didn't mention here that I've read initially was coffee. After doing a couple of research and consulting with my doctor, I did not give up coffee because I'm not a heavy coffee drinker. I would still take like either a decaf, or I would take like a cup of coffee once a week. I was not a coffee drinker before, and that was just based on the fact that I feel like it has dirtified my teeth. So that for me is not a huge thing. I went entirely for the past 6 years I did not drink coffee. Cappuccino, yes, it's painful to give that up, but since we are living in Germany, I do not really drink cappuccino when I'm here. I only drink it mainly when we are in Italy, and this year we did not go to Italy many times, especially during the pregnancy, and I don't think we are going to go until the baby is born. So I'm okay with that, and I did not even add them to the list. So ciao ciao.